pounding on me. Then then her friend come in, he gets kicking. And his friend gets a kick in. And by this time we got the whole school. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. It's your girl. You see the shirt. You see the shirt. It's your girl, Jetty Savage here. For today's video, we are going to be talking about going through time, through the decades of my most memorable fights. Period. But before we get into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to join the Savage family and be a part of the vibe. Because I'm giving energy, I'm giving vibe. At least we're trying to make the Savage family bigger. But yes, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first fight that I think is like my most memorable, of course, is the first fight you ever have in your entire life. So I'm gonna do a quick little story time. Not gonna go much into details unless you guys want details, but I could do a separate video on. But for this, we're just gonna say like really quick. So basically this was in 3rd grade. I never had a fight before. Didn't even think I was going to fight, but this is what started up every single fight after every single fight. So basically it was like a kind of like a bullying situation, but she had her reason. I just thought her reason was a stupid reason to me, because I was like, I'm the wrong person like that you should be mad at. Like I'm not the reason that you're mad. They are. But she wasn't having it. She was like, I want to fight you. I was trying to ignore her, trying to walk away. I was like, I'm not doing it. One day after school, she said, you know what, I'm gonna fight and I'm gonna get my fight. She waited outside. I walked home. She was pulling on my hair. She was pulling on my clothes. She was pushing me. And before I got to the house, I'm like, bro, like, she not finna follow me all the way to my crib now. What we finna do? So, boom, you know, she get the push, and I'm like, you know what? It's at this point where I gotta fight. So we get the scrapping, y'all. When I'm not even capping or dragging it, when I say we literally fought like for about an hour to like 2 hours, no cap. Like we did rounds after round after round, because I guess she didn't feel like it was good enough. Like she wanted to like beat me down type fight, like stump me out. And it just wasn't happening. Like I was fighting for my life, like it was the end of my life. So we fighting, we scrapping, she pulling my hair. I'm with my best friend. So my best friend is like, she's sitting there, she's like, whoa, like what's going on? And you know, we both didn't fight. Like we weren't fighters, so we didn't know how to react to the situation. So long story short, not to toot the horn, but toot too. I think I won. I'm gonna say I think, because it was my first fight, and I don't know like how like good you are if it's your first. Like I don't know. I think it was like 50-50. Like she did her thing, I did my thing. I didn't come out with no scratches or nothing. But After we fought, I left. I ran and tried to get on the elevator, and she stopped me and was like, I'm gonna get you. And the next day, I guess God was watching, because my mom picked me up from school and she was with her cousins and her sisters and stuff like that. And they were trying to jump me and my friend after school, and said that we jumped her, which we did not, may I add. And my mom was like, no, it's not happening. Goodbye. And she left me alone until my next memorable fight. Okay, so part 2 to my most memorable fight happened a little bit like right before middle school. So it was like the summer before I started like 7th grade, I think. So this is kind of tied back to my first fight. So I got my first fight, I got my first loss of a fight. Because she did her thing. So basically, this was like her cousin or her sister, and she didn't like me. She did not like me. So she's like, you know, I don't like you. You're yada yada yada. Like, she came out of nowhere, and I didn't know who she was, but she knew who I was. So I was like, maybe we went to school together, like, but I don't remember you. So, you know, one day I'm outside, I'm chilling with friends, and she comes with her friend, and they're sitting on the bench. We decide we wanna race. As we race, cause I got on boots and jeans, and I'm dressed like it's winter and it's summer. So I fall, slip. She starts laughing. Like, you fell. I'm like, okay, I mean, it wasn't that serious. Got up, dust myself off. He's like, we're not gonna play no more. We're gonna just chill. As I walk away, cause they're still talking, I put the thumbs up, like, okay, good for you. Like, mind you, I was not a rude kid. I was always nice. Like, even if you didn't like me, I wanted to keep the peace. That's what I thought. So she comes up to me, taps me on my shoulder, and says, oh, so you want to be rude and put your middle finger up? I'm like, what? Is there a difference? Because I know that this is a thumb and this is a middle finger. So which one did you see? So she's like, no, I saw you. And I was like, okay, I mean, I know the difference between the two. So she comes, she's like, well, you want to be big and bad, let's fight. So she goes and she pushes me. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not in the mood. Leave it alone. So then she goes and she slaps me. I could take a slap. I'm strong. I could take a slap. So then she decides to slap me one more time. But this time, she puts full force into it. So I said, you know what? Mama ain't raised no. Yeah, I finished that sentence. Say it with me. Let the choir sing. So I take off my keys. I think I got on like earrings. I got on a watch. I take all that off and I'm ready to fight. Mistake number 1 is, if you're gonna fight, which I say don't fight, but if you do, make sure you dress for it, because I was not. My hair was braided to the side. Never got those braids again after that day. And they were hanging down, so they was like in a ponytail on this side, just all hanging down. I had on a long sleeve pink shirt. I had on apple bottom jeans, and I had the boots with no fur. And y'all, was not prepared. Like, the jeans was too tight, the boots was leaning, the hair she had a good grip on, the long sleeve shirt, I was sweating all on the arms. Like, it was terrible. It was terrible. I got dragged. When we was done, I was like, that wasn't fair, because she was pulling on my hair. Her sisters came outside, her cousins came outside, her mama came outside, everybody surrounding us. They're like, so you want to fight again? I'm like, nah, she got that. She won. She did her thing. She did her thing. They was like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm positive. She took that. Like, you did your thing. Like, you don't gotta worry about. You did it. Do you? So then she was like, okay, like, I know I beat you. I was like, yes, and you did. And you did. You know the assignment and you passed. I was like, I'm not gonna fight you no more. Like, you did your thing. And I went home and I went upstairs. I didn't go back outside after that day. Okay, so yeah, that was very memorable because she beat me up. And I took the L peacefully and I walked away. Wasn't doing it again. She did want to fight again, because even though she beat me up, I didn't have like no marks or anything on me, but apparently my nails scratched her face up pretty good, and she was really mad about that. But we eventually made peace and they both left me alone. So let's go into the craziest moment of them all that I remember and will never forget. Is in middle school, 6th grade. So trying to get the words. Oh my god. So basically, so we're outside. This is recess time. We're outside, lunch, chilling, hanging out. I don't know what exactly happened. I don't know who started. I know I didn't start it, because I'm not an instigator. I don't start fights. I did one time, and that's because she did stuff, so it wasn't just random. But I'm not a starter, so I'm chilling, and I don't know what happened, but one of the girls, she started talking crazy. So I'm like, I'm not scared. Like, let you know that I'm not scared. So she goes and she's like, I slap you or something. And I'm like, do you? So she comes, boom, we start fighting. She got her sister. So her sister, as we fighting, I'm guessing that she might have thought in her head that her sister was losing, because she jumps in. So it's kind of like the domino effect that starts happening, because after she jumps in, I'm basically in a sister sandwich, because her sister I'm fighting, that's the one that's getting all the hits. Then I got the one in the back that's trying to hit me, but low-key hitting her sister. We're all on the floor. Then her friend comes and start Harlem stomping on my church, stomping on my head. So then her friend comes in and starts roach stomping on my legs. So then her friend comes in, pounding on me. Then her friend come in, he gets a kick in, and his friend gets a kick in. And by this time, we got the whole school jumping, hitting, and beating on me. Now I know you like, what, the whole school? Yeah. So background information. So my school was a new school. So like, we had just opened, like we was the first kids to be in the school. So I know you like, that's not really the whole school, but it technically is. So it was basically like the whole 6th grade. So out of like 46 students that's in the 6th grade in our school in total, in the whole school, I probably had like 93% stump on me or get a kick in, at least one kick in. Everybody else was like playing basketball in the court. We was in the playground area. So it went from like maybe like 10 of us in that area to like half of the school in that area. And there was some on top of the jungle gym watching. There was some on the bench that was sitting there watching. And I was getting stumped on by basically the whole school. And it took the deans coming and breaking it up to get everybody off of me, because they was going in. They was stumping me like I was like the last roach of the century. And I don't know. They was killing me. And so crazy enough, I ain't come out with no injuries. Not even a bruise on my body. Like, I was fine. But I did cry, because I was like, wow, like, y'all really don't mess with me like that. Like, am I that bad? And my friends just watched. They probably got a kick in too. I don't know. I can't confirm that, but I felt like it's possible. But yeah, that's my most memorable. The last one is the one that I had in 7th grade, besides my food fight that I told y'all about. But that's not like my most memorable, because it was short, but it was crazy. But my last most memorable fight, because once I got to high school I stopped all that fighting, was in 7th grade when so this girl, basically, she was kind of like a bully, but she was shorter than me, like small, but she acted like a bully. So long story short, she had a moment where she disrespected my mom, but I tried to get my temper in control, so I left it alone. That was a warning. So fast forward to the next year, I'm at this point where I just got jumped by the whole school last year. We not finna do this again now. There's more students. There's like 100 and something students. I'm not getting jumped again. So we gotta stop. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna cool off. Stick with my little tiny group. Talk to people here and there. But I'm gonna mind my business, because I'm not doing it this year. So that being said, I guess that she, I don't know, thought like I was a punk or something. I don't know what was going through her head, but she wanted to try me. So like I said, I let her go with the whole talking about my mom thing. But we're outside, we're chilling. This is like after school hours. I'm with the whole group of people. Don't know why I was there. Don't ask me. So basically the boys start play fighting to, like, you know, see who got the fist boxing. And the boys decide they want the girls to square up. So the girls get in the ring and they doing blah blah blah. One of the girls I fought that, like, I kind of sort of won, she wanted to fight again, but she got like little super ninja powers, and I was not finna fight her again, cause like she did her thing the first time. She had more damage than I did, but I wasn't finna put myself on the line for the second time, cause girls don't know how to play fight. Like it turned serious. So I was like, girl, you got it. You beat me up. You did your thing. You got the win. Like, I'm not finna do it. So then they said, well, what about you and her? And I'm like, nah, I'm not finna fight. So she get the running off at the mouth. Oh yeah, that's because you scared. You blah 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 blah. You did that. I'm like, girl, please. Like, you like that? Like, you right here. You touching my chest. He could beat you up. Don't you think I can? So she like, no, you can't. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna fight. Like, you're not worth it. So I'm like, I'm gonna leave if it's gonna be like this. So she basically like, oh yeah, you're a punk, yada yada. You can't fight me. I'm like, then I guess I'm a punk. So then it gets too serious to the point where I'm sorry. To the point where she wants to fight. So she comes closer and she basically pushes me, and I'm like, please don't put your hands on me. Like, I'm not trying to fight. So she's like, your mama this, your mama that, your mama's at every single curse word in the book. I'm starting to get heated because I'm like, now you trying me, and I know I could beat you up, but I don't want to beat you up. Her hair was nicely pressed, it was nice and soft, it was straight. You just got it done. Don't get it pulled out of your head. So she keeps going. So I'm like, all right, at this point, like, you must really want to fight. So I'm like, all right, if you want to fight, cool. I take off everything. I hand it to somebody. I said, you swing first. If you really want to fight, you will swing first. Rule number 2. If you have a fight, don't say start it. Not saying you should fight. Not saying that fighting is good. But if someone tries you to the level of trying that there can be, you let them get the first hit. So if someone comes in the school want to say something, just know that they hit you first. So I'm like, you go ahead, you swing. Even though it's after school hours, can't really get in trouble. You swing. So she's like, oh no, yeah, you swing. So now people is instigating. So they pushing her, pushing me, trying to take her hand and hit me. I'm like, no, I want her to. So she goes to like sneak hit me, like pretend like she walking away and then swing. But I backed up and I swung. Long story short, I blacked out. When I woke up, her head was on the floor and I was banging her head on the benches. But yeah, that was my most memorable and my favorite, because after that day she knew who to try and who not to try. She left me alone after that day. My mama or my name did not come out of her mouth no more. And everybody else that she tried to start with were being little instigators and was like, don't make me call Jazzy to come beat you up again. And she would instantly be quiet, and she never tried me again. She tried to get her friends to fight me, but I was like, I don't got no beef with y'all, so I'm not finna do it. But even in that, my favorite moment, my favorite moment. Anywho, this is a little long video, but I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to join the Savage family. That's just getting into my most memorable fights. And if you made it to the end, I appreciate you. And if you made it to the end and you didn't subscribe, you might as well subscribe because you made it this far. So for more content. But yes, I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.